Our next speaker, Ms. Priyanka Tanwar, Leader, Communications and Corporate Responsibility, LIXIL Asia. Priyanka will be sharing with us on committing to building a sustainable tomorrow. Priyanka, please.
Thank you, Christina, and I'm very honored to be a part of today's webinar along with our esteemed panelists. And I'm very excited to share my views on how LIXIL is actually putting sustainability into practice. As Ms. Lee has already pointed out, I don't think we need a case for sustainability anymore. I believe many organizations, almost all organizations across the world, are very conscious of the responsibility that comes with being a corporate citizen in this century. But what organizations usually struggle with is how to start and where to make a difference. So today I'm going to talk to you with LIXIL as an example as to how we are taking decisive steps in our sustainability journey and how each organization can start, not only in terms of the products or services they offer, but also in every aspect of the way they do business. So I'm going to just start sharing my presentation with you now. As outlined already by the previous speakers, the challenges that we face today are very apparent to everyone. It's climate change, an incredible amount of plastics in our oceans, and infectious disease, and we are in the midst of a pandemic as we speak. And this is just the starting of things that will accelerate towards this climate change and accelerate towards us taking action. In 2015, the United Nations actually recognized that we need to come together, all communities, governments, corporates. This is not an effort of any one single party, and have sustainable development goals which all United Nations member states will adopt. Now, we are 9 years to 2030. There are 17 goals, and across the world, we are behind on these goals. So we cannot stress enough the need to accelerate our actions towards sustainability, and no action is small or big. The idea is to, like Ms. Lee said, start executing on our strategy and start making a difference now. I'm sure you've heard the statistics already. Across the world, 30% of energy consumption is in the building sector, with a soaring 22% in residential and 8% in commercial buildings. And in Singapore alone, the nation's total energy consumption is taken in 1/3 by the building sector. So clearly, when we come together as the building sector, there is a lot that we can do collectively and cohesively. Before I talk to you about that, let me tell you what is LIXIL. For those of you who don't know, LIXIL makes pioneering water and housing products. We are the world's largest water technology company, and our products touch the lives of over 1 billion people daily and every single day. So being the world's largest water technology company, with the purpose of making better homes a reality for everyone, everywhere, we have 3 corporate responsibility pillars. And this is identified to our investors in our business goals as sustainable development. So our corporate responsibility is not corporate social responsibility, but we believe it's the responsibility that we have as a corporate to leave our planet better for future generations. The 3 pillars that we have in LIXIL are diversity and inclusion, not only of the colleagues that come in through our doors, but also the diversity of the consumer groups, age groups, and disabilities that we serve through our products and services. Secondly, our second pillar is global sanitation and hygiene. You all may be aware that over 3 billion people across the world today, even today as we speak, do not have access to basic toilet facilities. And through our below the base of the pyramid products and our $5 toilet Sato, we are aiming to improve the lives of these people, 100 million people by 2025. And the pillar that I'm going to focus most on today, and in terms of the major resource that LIXIL can help you conserve is water conservation and environmental sustainability. It is said that the Third World War, I hope it doesn't happen, is going to happen on water. And water is really the key energy source that we are using in our products. And we are very, very conscious of how we can use it responsibly, use it sustainably, but without sacrificing the luxurious experience of a user when they interact with the water or water products that we have. So LIXIL is committed to making a difference. I think all organizations are or need to be. Like I said, this is not an activity that can take place in isolation. There are public-private sector partnerships required. There is a government push that is required, which is already there in Singapore through Singapore's vision and green plans for 2030. And LIXIL has an environmental vision for ourselves, which is our zero carbon emission and circular living policy aims to have us net zero by 2050 in order to be a leader, not only in our industry to conserve resources, but also leave the planet better for our future generations. And this vision is set for 2050. That is our plan, that is our strategy. But there are very decisive steps that we have already taken, as we need to take, as organizations need to take at this point of time. And over the next few slides, I'm going to walk you through it. So, focus area, water conservation and environmental sustainability. How are we conserving water? And how are we being a sustainable company? So we realized that just by making products that are water efficient, we will be only solving a part of the problem. We need to look at our business as a whole. We need to look at our manufacturing plants. We need to look at the energy sources our manufacturing plants use. We need to look at the raw materials used in our product development cycle. We need to follow circular economy. And lastly, when our products are finally made, when they're handed over to the consumer can enjoy the pure joy of water without having to feel that they have to choose either between experience or sustainability. That is our primary goal. So when we decided that it's not just our products, but the entire way we do business, we looked at our manufacturing plants, and wherever possible, we use energy saving facilities. We are using renewable energy sources. And I'm happy to share with you that all of the fittings plants that LIXIL has globally are already net zero in terms of GHG and carbon neutrality. So they are carbon neutral. And all the products, all the fittings products that are made in LIXIL and are available to consumers are being produced in facilities which are carbon neutral. Not only do we take care of carbon neutrality, we are also investing a lot of money in research and development and ensuring the raw materials that we use, for example, zinc and nickel, do not come in contact with water. We have a triple course technology which ensures that our users are protected from scalding, from burns, and of course, mixing of water with zinc. So the idea is the products are designed from the design stage to be sustainable. They are made in a carbon neutral facility. They are packaged in sustainable recyclable packaging. And then, as I will explain you in the future slides, the products, when actually in use, are intuitive and smart products which help save water. LIXIL is one of the leaders in the industry, in the sanitary ware industry, to actually have cradle-to-cradle certified products. Now, what is cradle-to-cradle certification, or what is circular economy? I will explain it in a very, very simple way. Earlier organizations in the previous century used to take resources, make their products, and that's it. Their responsibility ended when they sold the products to the consumers. They weren't really interested in how the products were being disposed of or how many energy resources were being exhausted at the end of the life cycle of the product. What a C2C or C2C ready products do is, at the start of the product development cycle, we ensure usage of as many recyclable products that we can, We ensure that the products that we use are disposed of in a way that they can come back into the product development cycle, which means that lesser new energy sources are being used in the creation of a product. So it becomes circular and the recyclability factor becomes higher because now the products are being designed and certified with that in mind, with what is going to happen at the end state in mind. We already have 4 products in the market which are already cradle to cradle certified, and if put in buildings, they can really, I don't want to go into details, but we have a huge amount of aluminum which is recycled and landfill waste which is reduced when we use this. Okay, water sustainability, our favorite topic. Water sustainability is not only driven by our products, but it can also be how we use water. All of us, whether we are using water in our houses, whether we are using water on a vacation in a hotel, or we're using water for our manufacturing or supply chain processes. There is a lot that can be done in using gray water, wastewater management, and recycling and investing in water circulation systems so that the facilities which are actually producing your products, or the facilities or the companies that you're doing business with while building your facilities, they are producing products in water sustainable circumstances. Let me explain to you how. So LIXIL, as I explained, is the world's largest water technology company. And we have a range of technologies across our brands, which help the end user save water without having to compromise on experience. Some of our technologies are double vortex and triple vortex flushing technologies. What this basically means is when you flush once, all the debris is cleared and you don't need to flush twice and therefore not waste water. Our ceramics are designed in a way that they're self-cleaning, and the amount of operations and maintenance that is required is reduced drastically by the end user because the ceramic is coated with aqua ceramic, which does not allow for dirt to settle on it. We have a range of systems in our faucets like Silk Move, Click Move, Ecolog. These are precision control systems. They ensure that the amount of water we need is controlled and wastage is minimized. We have energy saving technologies, which is push and turn. I'm sure all of you are familiar with standing outside your shower for a couple of minutes while the water warms up to the temperature you want exactly, and then you step into the shower. So LIXIL's done away with all of that. We have a push and turn technology, which means the flow of water and the temperature of water comes out exactly as you desire from the first drop. So those extra 10 seconds that you stand and water goes waste in trying to get your perfect temperature of flow is no longer happening. And lastly, to do away with single-use plastics, and I will deep dive into this later, we have a filtration system called GROHE, which gets you drinking water straight from the tap. And in developed economies especially, or in hotel chains where you see a lot of single-use water plastic bottles, GROHE is the solution to actually get rid of that completely. So what are we trying to say? We are trying to say that when these buildings are being made, when super low energy buildings are being made, when green buildings are being made, when LEED certified buildings are being made, there is a solution that LIXIL provides for a complete sustainable bathroom. So this is not one product in isolation. The entire bathroom is designed to be sustainable at the back end, is designed to control leaks and wastages, and designed to use lesser consumption of water in cleaning the various surfaces that we have. I'm not going to go into this, but if you all are downloading the slides, you can see it. There is a very robust lineup of products that we offer to our building partners and then to our end consumers, and help them become sustainable and help them pass on this corporate responsibility. to the users of these products and services. LIXIL also, as we know, in LIXIL, we were ahead of the curve for our touchless solutions, which became very much in demand when we had the pandemic. Suddenly, people didn't want to touch taps anymore and didn't want to touch flushes anymore. But we've already been leading in this. We have a lot of touchless solutions, even for commercial bathrooms and systems. So the building solutions are both residential and commercial, and these are full bathroom solutions which take care of sustainability, which take care of hygiene, and which take care of the user experience. So no longer is this myth true that anything which is sustainable or responsible will kind of take away from my user experience and will not give me luxury. Our products are all designed to give us luxury without sacrificing the user experience. And that's really the message that all of us can take back with us, that we don't really need to be frugal, or we don't need to significantly sacrifice on our day-to-day processes to be able to be sustainable. There are very small steps that we can take very effectively. A couple of more examples of our water saving technologies, and then I will stop. We have intuitive IoT backed products. So typically when there is a leak in your plumbing system, in your homes or in your offices, you get to know pretty late, right? Because there is cement, there is tile, and all of that is concealed. So our GROHE SenseSmart and water sensor systems actually warn us of leakages, of breaks in pipes, of water seeping through, even when the naked eye cannot see it. And what that does is, not only does it prevent wastage of water, it prevents deterioration of the building or the building quality. And you are alerted of any leaks or any plumbing abnormalities well in time to be able to fix it. So we no longer have to wait for seepage to come through or something to drastically go bad for us to realize that there is a leak in the system. And then our award-winning product, which we are very proud of. Commercial buildings mostly are big users of single-use plastics for water bottles, for drinking water. And we realize that if we are the world's largest water technology company, our products cannot just be bathroom solutions or kitchen solutions. We need to be able to give people clean, safe drinking water for drinking and also now for cooking purposes, without having to get millions and millions of tons of plastic in our oceans. So GROHE Blue does precisely that. It's a filtration system that you can install both in commercial properties or in your homes as well, and completely do away with the single-use plastic bottles. GROHE Blue and other products are also packaged in a very, very sustainable, recyclable packaging. So there's a constant research on how we can package our products better with lesser plastics to ensure that recyclable materials are being used. So I'll pause here, and what really we want to say is that this is a value chain, and no one person can build the road and ride the car on it. I think what is important is, in every aspect of buildings, in every aspect of building materials, we need to be conscious of where we can be sustainable, where we can save, where we as end users can change a few habits, but also we as people in this sector, as professionals in this sector, can propel the sector towards better consumption of finite energy resources. We can propel the sector to be more responsible and definitely not land up the way fast fashion has. So there's a lot to be done, but it needs to be done together. And the idea is for architects, designers, builders, suppliers like us, companies like us which give products, to be aware of what is in the market, what we need to do, what are our sustainability plans, and I'm sure somebody or the other has a solution to the problem you're trying to solve. So together we can make a difference, and I would urge you all to look for those small opportunities in all of the products and services you use in your day-to-day lives to ensure that we're leaving the planet better for the future generations. Thank you.